Welcome to Rika TV. Hello, Rika here, speaker, author, and creator of the Life Transform tools and processes that help me create not only my seven-figure platform, but also have given me something so much greater in return. The freedom and joy that comes from doing what I love, living my life's passion, and on top of that, I receive an abundance of money for it. It's crazy, and I want you to have this fulfilling of a life too, which is why I created this video training series entitled Raising Your Abundance Score, where I'm going to show you the system and the tools that I personally used to create this level of abundance for myself and have worked to transform thousands of my private clients all over the world. And I am so excited that you're here to receive this. So today's video is really awesome for me because we are going to begin to decode your abundance frequency score and how you answered each of those questions, so that when this video is over, you can begin to achieve the mental, emotional, and spiritual freedom and abundance with money. How exciting, right? We're going to dive straight in. And I'm going to walk you through what is probably the biggest of the first financial anchors that have been holding you back. And we're going to uncover how this anchor is affecting every single aspect of your life right now without you even being aware of it. Crazy, right? I'm going to expose to you the hidden indicators that will let you know when this anchor is active in your field and how to unravel it. By the end of this video, you will be armed with the tools that you can begin using immediately to set yourself free. And I'm going to work with you to raise your abundance frequency score and give you the energetic and proven platform for receiving the wealth and abundance that you, my friend, so richly deserve. Isn't that exciting? And it's all my gift to you. So let's get started. If by chance you somehow found this video and haven't taken the quiz, go to www.abundancefrequencyscore.com to get your personal score right away. Okay, so let's get cracking on your personal code by looking at how you answered this first question. And you might find that as we go through these, there are aspects that apply to you and aspects that don't. And as we go through the different levels, you're going to see all different versions of you. It's going to be really amazing. And the question is, do you get paid what you're worth? And you may have answered A, no, but I'm afraid to ask for more. What if they say no, I can't afford to lose my job or my clients? Or B, I get paid what I think the market can afford, but frankly, I'm just happy to be employed and paying the bills, thank God, right? Or did you answer C, I get paid very well for my services and feel great about it? Okay, so if you answered A, no, I'm afraid to ask for more, don't worry. We can turn that around. There is a very strong subconscious and energetic frequency loop that has you trapped in the low resonant frequency of feeling undeserving or unworthy, which is lowering your vibration and keeping you resonating between 20 to 200 hertz in this area of your life. Now, this also indicates that you've actually been exposed to experiences in your life where part of you is still stuck and trapped, right? That are keeping you in these lower vibrations that until now you may not have even been able to identify. Now, isn't that cool that now we're at the place that we can show you where these blind spots are for you? Because knowing is the first step to taking this effective action, right? Okay, good. So here are the symptoms that may be showing up for you if you answered A, right? That may be weighing you down and debilitating you right now. Now, everyone's different. So look into each of these symptoms and feel which ones might be affecting you. And you might notice, oh, I had this and now I've gotten over it and now I'm in a new resonance. So it's going to be a big learning experience for you. Okay, so here are the symptoms of feeling the financial anchor, feeling unworthy and undeserving, resonating between 20 to 200 hertz. Okay, number one, you can't receive compliments. When someone tries to compliment you, you punch them. No, I'm just kidding. You try to get them to stop, right? Or you try to compliment them right back to keep from feeling uncomfortable. Now, could you see that if you have this active, how much this is keeping you from receiving? Amazing, right? Or number two, when people gift to you, you secretly think, what do they want? They probably are just trying to manipulate me. And with this active, you can't receive. Receiving has to be an exchange, which means every time anybody gifts to you, you're thinking, oh my God, what do I have to do for this? And that's not receiving. Okay, just so we know. Number three, you either feel funny or awkward when someone hands you your paycheck, or you act out the other side of the anchor, which is feeling entitled and angry that your boss isn't paying you enough. Okay, sometimes these show up like two sides of the same coin, right? So you've got the heavy side and then you've got the proving side. Okay, but this is showing that there are blocks to receiving there if you have this symptom. Or number four, when someone tries to buy you lunch, you fight them for the check. Or you might be acting out the other side of the anchor, which is feeling like you have to buy everybody else stuff. And this is a process of trying to get people to like you, which probably means that you don't like you, right? Which is part of that undeserving and unworthy energy that we're going to be unraveling here. Okay? Or number five, you think and feel that you, your love, your friendship, your work, or your body, the way you look, it's not good enough. Okay? Have you ever felt that way? Or number six, when people give you money without you having to work for it, like an inheritance or even something as small as a gift card, you actually feel guilty receiving it. Okay? Guilt is another form of blocking receiving. Or number seven, you work really hard, okay, to prove that you're worth it. Because your core belief is that you're actually undeserving or unworthy. So you may be trying to overcompensate by working extra hard, okay? This is also keeping you from being the CEO in your life instead of the worker bee. Or number eight, you might work in a job that you don't like and you feel undervalued and unappreciated. You see, based on you resonating at this lower vibration and being connected to this anchor, you may attract a job, relationships, and situations where people don't value you, which isn't a good thing, is it? Or number nine, you feel like you never have enough money. Right? Your expenses may be even greater than your income. Because of this core anchor of feeling undeserving or unworthy, you probably haven't set yourself up to make plenty of money easily because it's just not in your awareness. It's not in your energy field. Or number 10, you're always trying to think and analyze everything. Ever wondered why that is? You see, this is an indicator that there are looping patterns in your past that are actually in your heart, right? From past hurt, from people and situations that you're still holding on to. So you may be using your mind to actually override and try to create your life on top of this past hurt and trauma. What we need to do is deal with the information underneath, right? Or number 11, you think that this universe or the people that are here are out to get you, or they are against you. Ever felt that way? Or number 12, you may have accumulated credit card debt, maybe even a lot of this, because your connection to this debilitating anchor is bringing you so far down, and the credit card debt actually validates the way that you feel about yourself, right? Or number 13, it scares you to open your heart and receive. Anybody have that one? With this anchor, when you're connected to it, it's really hard to open your heart because everything that's trapped inside of it will then come out. So it's almost like too painful. You open your heart and you feel hurt, and then you get shielded up again. Okay, but don't worry, we can we can change that. Or number 14, if somebody said something bad about you, you'd actually be devastated. Okay? Because of this anchor, you can't seem to love yourself fully. This inner critic keeps looping in your head, right? Because you don't love you, you may be looking for love and acceptance outside of you. So you always care what people think. And when they say something bad about you, it hits you right where you hurt you. Make sense? Good. Or number 15, you would never ever ask for help. It'd be too embarrassing, or it would show that you are weak, or you can't do it on your own. Does that sound familiar? Is it hard for you to actually ask for help? Yeah, and you can see how fully this anchor is actually affecting your life and keeping you from the deep receiving that you deserve. Amazing, huh? So if you answered B, I get paid what I think the market can afford, this means you're connected to the financial anchor of being unworthy or undeserving at a higher range, right? From 200 to 400 hertz. You get by well enough, but you're actually being crippled by a slow frequency that will have you reflecting back 3 years from now, wondering why you couldn't seem to create something even greater for yourself. It's certainly not as debilitating to you as it is the people who answered A, but you have so much more potential. All of you do, right? This range of frequency can also be dangerous because it hides within your safety zone, where you might not even know that this financial anchor is present because you're getting by, making ends meet every month, and hey, you're feeling fine. Unbeknownst to you, this pesky little anchor is stealing away your dream life. Okay? This also indicates that you have information from your past that used to drag you down a whole bunch, okay? But you've liberated part of your vibration from those old patterns, but not all of it. There's still more to unravel here, okay? Okay, good. So here are the symptoms that you may be feeling if you answered B. Okay, and these are the symptoms of the unworthy and undeserving financial anchor between the range of 200 to 400 hertz. Number one, you try to be happy and content with what you have and feel pretty good a lot of the time. But inside of your heart, you're like, more is possible for me. I know it. More is possible for me. Okay, and that's because this anchor, this undeserving anchor, has actually created a glass ceiling above you. And you know more is possible, but you just can't seem to break through it, right? Or number two, you find yourself playing it safe, or going with what is normal, accepted, customary, what's accepted of you. And you don't feel safe enough to really step out on your own and create something really different. And let me ask you, are you going to create wealth by doing the same thing that everybody else does? Or are you going to create wealth by being your unique self and bringing something different onto the planet? Something different, right? That's how huge amounts of wealth is actually created. So you can see how this anchor is really holding you back. Yeah. Or number three, you want to make more money and get paid more, but you don't feel comfortable asking for more. Because you still have partially this anchor present, you actually may care more about making people happy, right? And them liking you, than you actually asking for what it is that you truly want, what you need, right? So you may be putting everybody else's needs first, and how is that working for you? Not so good, right? Or number four, you try and open your heart, but you're still holding on to a lot of that protection, right? And it's because you haven't quite let go of the past, all that past hurt and pain, that it's like you're holding on to the protection. Protection's actually recreating it in your future. Or number five, other people's opinions about you matter tremendously. When somebody says something negative about you, for example, you get a bad customer review or an employee evaluation that was not what you were hoping. You try not to let it impact you, but it just does, okay? And because this frequency is lighter than the people that answered A, you're not devastated, but it bugs you. It's like, I know that one. Or number six, it's difficult for you to receive. It can be money, it can be a gift or a compliment. When people gift you, you smile and try to receive it, right? But you didn't let it penetrate your heart. You didn't let it sink all the way in. And somewhat, you're still trying to protect your heart because of that old information we talked about, right? So yet, do you see how not really letting it open and impact you and expand your world would actually be required to receive exponential amounts of wealth, right? Yes, of course, because you'd have to be able to open that big and receive that much. Or number 7, when somebody tries to buy you lunch, you let them and pretend like you're receiving, but secretly, you've got a tally back here. They bought me lunch this time, I'm going to buy them lunch next time, and then, right? So, and that does indicate that money is also an exchange for you. And in order to receive massive amounts of wealth, we have to get out of this money being an exchange thing. Because look at it, can you be aware of a stock that's, say, going to go up, 5 times the amount in the month? And just put your money there and watch it go up? No, because that wouldn't be a fair exchange. You haven't done anything. All you did was invest. And so there's a place where you can't be aware of how to expand your finances exponentially with this present. Okay, if you answered, see, I get paid well for my services, right? And I feel great about it. Congratulations, you're resonating between 400 and 528 hertz, okay? This means that you've transitioned through and liberated a good portion of your past content into love. And you know that you are deserving and worthy of a life where you are absolutely gifted to. This means that you've probably done a lot of your inner work and are probably having a great life, and you're also open to receiving even more. Okay, so here are the symptoms of some of the, financial anchor of feeling unworthy or undeserving resonating between 400 to 528, because we can go a lot higher than 528. Okay, so this is still a little bit of an anchor that's affecting you. Number 1, your life is pretty easy and you crave new opportunities to expand your joy and your fun. You're always looking for that play and that expansion. Number 2, you've got plenty of money for more than what you just need. Now you're open to how it can show up even easier, even more fun, even more joy. And of course, more money would always be better, right? You have a sense of knowing who you are and you're quite proud of you. Occasionally, you might have like an off day, but you're pretty good most of the time, and life is good, right? Okay. Or number 5, your job and career is most likely somewhat aligned with your passion and purpose, but I do believe also we can expand that even further. Okay. Or number 6, you easily receive gifts and compliments and extensions of love with grace and allow your heart to open very easily with gratitude. Number 7, it's pretty easy for you to ask for help, and you love working on team projects and enjoying everyone's contribution working together. Number 8, you realize when someone says something bad about you, they're only talking about themselves, so it really doesn't bother you, okay? Number 9, you put money in savings often and you enjoy it. It makes you feel good to watch your wealth grow, and it just feels so amazing to just support yourself with so much ease. Also, number 10, when you receive an excess of money, you enjoy nurturing you, right? With some new clothes, a trip to the spa, or some kind of indulgence that really feeds your soul. And you also put part of that money in your abundance account. And this shows that you've learned that all the money that you receive is there to nurture you and support you in every way. And all the money that you're using to spend or as a contribution to others, and in all the money that you're going to have and put into your account. Number 11, you're opening more and more every day to knowing, how loved you are, and without any expectation, you get to give that love back in return. Number 12, you know that you're a gift and a contribution to anyone who is in your presence, so you really like hanging out with really fun, expansive, wonderful people to contribute to you. That contribute to you, and most of the people that didn't contribute have probably fallen out of your life, maybe. Number 13, you know that you do an exceptional job and that your boss or clients is lucky to have you. And this one is really big, you guys. You function mostly from the present moment and have, for the most part, have really tried to let go of controlling things. Well, congratulations. Good job. You've done some incredible inner work to be able to function at the frequency of 400 to 528 hertz in this area of your life. Now, let me just ask you just for fun. Has your income increased and expanded every year? If not, that's probably because even at the vibration of love at 528 hertz can actually be a glass ceiling. You see, the energy of God in this universe is ever expanding, right? So what if you could soar even higher and open up the floodgates of receiving even more when you raise your score to above love? Oh my God, I can't wait for you to feel this and receive it. It's going to blow your mind, but we will get to more on that later. So whatever your abundance vibrational score was, and however you answered that question, A, B, or C, I'm going to show you how to bring your vibration up a few octaves. Shall we start? Okay, good. You see, when you come into this world, you are born with an absolute sense of self-worth and self-deserving. For example, when you asked your parents if you could do or have something, and your parents actually told you no, what was your first 2 words? But why, right? You have this natural sense of, hey, I deserve to do what I want to do, and I'm allowed to choose anything. And you naturally have this state of being that there are infinite possibilities, and you know it, and you're going to choose it, and they're yours, and right? And any denial of you not having what you want, it just doesn't make any sense to you. So what happens over time to all of us is that this financial anchor of being unworthy or undeserving of having what you actually want, when you want it, how you want it, right, was energetically beaten out of you. So what happens over time to all of us is that our self-awareness of being deserving and worthy, having what we want, when we want it, how we want it, is energetically beaten out of us. Okay? It happens right under our noses, and we're not even aware that it's being programmed into us, that we should feel unworthy and undeserving, and we should have this anchor present in our system. And it's programmed to how we interact with everything and everybody. So let me ask you this. When your parents told you no and you didn't listen, you went around them and had it anyway, did it anyway, what did they do? Oh my God, they judged you by saying things like, you're so selfish and self-centered. You never think about anybody but you. You think the whole world revolves around you. Or you could have even been beaten physically. So you were subconsciously trained to believe that having the awareness that you are worthy and deserving of anything that you want to choose was a bad thing. Or you had to be careful of what to ask for and not to ask for too much. And when you're bad and selfish, are you loved? Nope. And when you're careful of how much to ask for and you hold yourself back, is your heart fully open to receive? No way. So in order to be loved, you had to be good and give up what you wanted and start thinking about other people before you actually think about yourself. Terrible training, right? And the good and the bad news is that it gets even more manipulative than that. The good news is that you had a clear indication that it was bad to think about yourself and to get what you want. And you had a black and white scenario of how to actually interact with others. Now, the bad news. You're expecting that bad judgment is going to come, but you're also hoping for a good one. And that makes you really be careful of how much to actually ask for. Not being sure of how you will be responded to and whether people are going to like you, accept you, or love you. Talk about confusing, right? So our natural propensity is to ask for less than what we deserve or to hold back so that we don't rock the boat too much. We may venture out of that comfort zone from time to time without being aware of it, but we actually go back to that safety zone of holding back in order to fit in and be loved. So right now, even if you think you're living an extraordinary life, I guarantee that you're still functioning from that program of holding back and settling for less than what you truly deserve. The good news is that you deserve and are capable of receiving even more than what you're now considering to be the best that life has to offer. Cool, huh? So this is the first of the 5 financial anchors that have led you to separate from the worthiness and deserving that's actually your birthright. And guess what else? The things that your parents and friends and family, they made into a bad thing, were actually a good thing. Okay? Your soul wants you to be the unique, full expression of who you came here to be, and will do everything in its power to get you to realize that. And that you should think about you first, right? You should honor you in every choice you make, and the world, your world, it does revolve around you. That's right, okay? It doesn't mean that you're being selfish or that you don't care about others. It means that you're finally caring and loving for you, right? And that self-love takes many forms, in the forms of allowing yourself to receive tons of money, beautiful relationships, a wonderful career that's in your passion, having health, and all aspects of life. It affects this ability to care and love yourself. So if you're holding back that love and caring by putting everybody else first, your dream life will also be held back with it. So how much more peaceful, joyful, and loving would your life be if you didn't think about other needs, other people's needs, before you actually thought about yours? Okay, that's right. Stop thinking about other people. Start thinking about yourself. It's a good thing, right? What makes you happy, what choices you can make that would make your life joyful to actually be in. You see, when you serve the God that you are, you serve the God that everyone is. Okay? When you serve you first, you serve everyone first. You deserve to be brilliant and talented and healthy and wealthy and loved and supported beyond belief. And as a matter of fact, you actually are. We just need to wake that part of you up. It's your birthright to embody your perfection, knowing who you truly are, a gift from God that is worthy and deserving of an off-the-charts awesome life. Yes? Good. Now I'm going to take you through a process that's going to shift this paradigm for you. Are you ready to get started? Awesome. Okay, first step. Go ahead and either go to the mirror, bring me to the mirror, or go get a mirror and come back. And just press pause on the video and I'll be right here. Okay, beautiful. Next step, go ahead and look into your left eye. Right? I find that my left eye is where all the content is somehow. So feel into your left eye, right? And feel into that part of you that really feels undeserving and unworthy. And you can feel him or her way down there, right? Yeah, beautiful, huh? Good. Okay, now go ahead and ask this question. Little one, why do you feel so undeserving and unworthy? And let her tell you about it. Let him tell you about it, okay? And the next step after that is a release statement. And going ahead and taking that clearing breath, okay? So here's how it might work. You might look into your eye and feel that little one. She says, well, remember, Mom told us that we weren't worth anything and that she didn't really even want to have us and that we were a burden. Ooh, ouch, right? Okay, the next step would be feeling that little one, letting her talk all about it. And when she's done talking about it, just go ahead and say, I release the feeling of being a burden. I release all of the undeserving and unloved energy here. And then that clearing breath we learned, right, in class number 1, bring your awareness up, feel all that love and support. Take a deep breath, breathing all that love and support in. There we go, and allowing that love and support to go through. And keep looking at yourself in the mirror as you bring that energy through with the exhale. You might find you take 1, 2, or 3, depending on how long it takes to unravel it, unravel it, unravel it. Good, until you feel in that left eye that you can't still feel the same information. It's like, feels like there's love there now. There's not hurt or pain there. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is go ahead and press pause on the video and just keep up the slide of actually how to do this exercise. And keep asking your little one that question. Why do you feel like you don't deserve or aren't worthy? Let her tell you. Go ahead and bring in that release statement. I release, right? I release, blah, blah, blah. And then take a big clearing breath by bringing your awareness up, taking that deep breath. And bringing that energy through all that information that feels there. There we go. Letting it come all the way through, all the way through, all the way through, all the way through. Clearing out that information there. Good. Where that is no longer a part of you, and now it feels like love as you look into that left eye. So I'll wait right here. Go ahead and run that on yourself so that it's really particular to you, so that you really get the clearing, the deep clearing. And this will clear all the subconscious, unconscious information around this financial anchor that will allow you to move into that deserving and the worthiness, and also feeling loved and supported, okay? Beautiful. Wonderful. And whenever you feel that you're about to sell yourself short, not charge enough for your services, not ask for the raise that you so richly deserve, or that you're not good enough in any way, just take a moment and use that very simple process, okay? Okay, good. So how are you feeling? Do you feel the sense of deserving beginning to really shift in you? That you're starting to feel worthy of receiving your most magnificent life in a new way? Good! That means that you are starting to integrate how to release the first of the 5 financial anchors that have been keeping you from the wealth that you deserve, my friend. Great job! Good job! Way to go! Congratulations! Now that you are starting to shift the energy around this, it will start to build up a new awareness deep within you that will allow you to take action in a whole new way, and in a manner that is much easier than you've ever done before. And it's exponentially more effective, by the way. Good. Now, before I go, I want to give you a very simple tool that you can use around money on a daily basis that will begin to unravel this core anchor that's bringing your vibration down. And what we do is, the processes are about the deep unconscious clearing of the vibrations, okay? Unraveling all those stuck looping patterns. And the tools, the daily tools, are really about creating new habits and about reprogramming your brain. Okay, so what happens is every time you choose something, you're creating a new habit. Then you get used to that habit, and then once you use that habit enough, it becomes normal. So we're changing your whole behavior. Okay, so what we need to do in order to change this is supercharge your receiving with the energies of love and support. This is a really easy tool that you can use. It'll take about 15 seconds and it'll completely change your receiving. Whenever anyone gives you money, hands you money, a check, a paycheck, a gift, buys you lunch, here's what you do, okay? Step 1, bring your awareness up, okay? Feel the love and support, okay? Take a deep breath, breathe in all that love and support. Oh, feeling it in your heart, in your body, in your being, and letting it expand your field. Good, good. So instead of actually resisting, okay, this will actually retrain those unconscious patterns, right, of the resisting or the blocking, the receiving, and open up the floodgates, the infinite receiving that's truly possible for you. Wonderful. And how easy was it? Took seconds, right? Okay, so be on the lookout for part 2 of these video classes. You are not going to want to miss our next video, where we're going to help you drop one of the biggest financial anchors there is. And it's... Just kidding, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to leave you in suspense until we meet next time. In the meantime, keep playing with the daily tool to help drop those financial anchors and to create these habits of this infinite receiving, right? Opening yourself up, breathing that in, allowing it to penetrate your heart, and actually receiving wealth in a very different way. And until I see you again, my beautiful, amazing friend, I am sending you abundance times a bazillion. Oh, let's bring it to you. Yeah! Awesome.